So the problem I have with Exemplary is, okay, this lady is in love with this guy. This lady is so much in love with this guy, and then this guy is refusing her advances. He's a kind of focus on his education and his ministry. He got scholarship from Nigeria to move abroad. Alright, she has been sending secret love text messages to this guy, and this guy has been refusing her advances. And then at last she decided to set this guy up. And then, okay, when she set this guy up, how will you just set someone up without even thinking if this guy is going to show your text messages to the people you are setting him up before, if he's going to reveal your text messages to them as evidence that you are the one throwing yourself at him, not the other way around? Okay, immediately she did that, he showed the messages to this woman that invited him to, I think, to join them over to a trip, to a trip, ministerial trip or something like that. And then when she showed this woman, this guy showed this woman, this is the messages this lady has been sending to me, she's the one in love with me, these are the messages. And then this woman automatically believed. I mean, why will you just believe at once like that? Seeing the fact that this is a young guy, he can do whatever, he can do something like that, you're supposed to at least doubt first before believing. But she believed at once, and then a call was put through to this lady. Okay, so you're being the one, by the woman, she said, okay, so you're being the one sending messages to this guy, and you said it's this guy that is throwing himself at you. And then this lady could not say anything again. She just kept short and she kept quiet. I mean, that was a smart lady. That lady wouldn't have just believed, or that lady wouldn't have just kept quiet. She would have had something to say, seeing the fact that that lady was not just an ordinary lady, she was smart, seeing the fact that she was a talkative and she could think fast. I mean, that lady was a smart lady. Okay. Alright, so the movie I'll be talking to you all about is titled Exemplary. Exemplary is a collaboration work between Mountzion Film Productions Nigeria and the Rccg, the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Kings Palace, Texas. Alright, the movie was written by Mike Bamiloye. The DOP on the set of the movie was Damilola Mike Bamiloye. It was edited by Tosin Ogunshola, and executive producers were Tunde and Shade Badru, directed by Elvon Jarrett. Alright, straight to the casting. It features Joshua Mike Bamiloye as John, Pastor Philip played by Elvon Jarrett, and Rex Wakama played John's father, and Lola Rex Wakama, Gloria Bamiloye, Darasimi Mike Bamiloye, and many other characters. Alright, before I finally tell you the good and the bad about this movie, let me give you a brief summary of the storyline. It tells the story of a particular young man played by Joshua Mike Bamiloye, who was John. He had this scholarship to go study abroad, and along the line he was selected among many to go for this scholarship. Seeing the fact that his parents were prayerful, his parents were prayerful, and he was also prayerful. He had been looking for that scholarship, and he was selected among many to go. And then time came, and then he went. And then when he traveled abroad, he got favor in the sight of a particular ministry church, and he was selected to go on a particular trip, a 7-day, not 7-day actually, or to be precisely, he was selected to go for a trip with a ministry whereby he was going to gain some benefits, I think, if he travels for that trip. He got set up by a particular lady who was in love with him, and then he got set up, and then at the end of the day, God delivered him from the setup. He was set up in the sense that something was put in his bag to show that he stole money, and then she reported him that he has been making advances at her. Meanwhile, she is the one that has been in love with him, and then he had been refusing her advances. At the end of the day, he was victorious, and then he was given an award at the end of the film for being an exemplary youth. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is all I'll be telling you about the storyline. Go check it out. It's already uploaded on YouTube, either on Damilola Mike Bamiloye's YouTube channel or on Evangelist Seun Jonathan's YouTube channel. Straight up to the good and the bad. Alright, the message was great. The costuming was appropriate as well. Very colorful and beautiful. The camera works was okay. Camera angles were good. And the acting by the characters were good as well. Rex Wakama, Joshua Bamiloye, Darasimi, they all did well. They interpreted their roles well. Not perfectly, but they did well. The duration of the film was okay. Everything happened quickly. Alright, straight up to the bad. Now, the sound had problems. At some point the sound was low, at some point it will rise again, and at some point the background effect, sound effect, was way too loud. I think it should have been reduced. Alright, the acting by some of the characters felt recited. It felt like they were reciting their lines. I didn't really connect. I mean, if you're reciting, it felt like if you're reciting something, you won't really get the message in what you are doing, because you are just trying to like put everything together quickly and drop it. It felt like they were not really comfortable acting, so they were just reciting some of the characters, some of the lines, especially by actors that were in the United States of America. Alright, Rex Wakama, in one of the scenes, he was acting as though he was acting a night scene, and then he was putting on a kaftan. I mean, a night scene by 9 p.m. and then you're still putting on kaftan, your glasses on, your wristwatch on. I mean, a typical Nigerian man would not dress like that by 9 p.m. in his house. All right, next thing was that the story was a kind of familiar. The story was familiar. The story wasn't really deep. It was a kind of familiar and not really as I was expecting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is all I'm able to gather for the good and the bad. Ladies and gentlemen, at last I'll be rating this short film a 7 over 10. Go check it out and then let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Bye for now. Keep your fingers crossed for more gospel film reviews from me. Catch you all later.